What are things to do in the Knoxville and East Tennessee area? Today we're going to talk about mountain biking.
You can totally do it.
Now, mountain biking is new to me. I'm not that great at it. You can go check out our Baker Creek Preserve video and our V Hollow video. So you can see kind of that I'm new to this, which means the stuff I'm probably gonna be telling you is very basic. But if you're wanting to try an adventure, and honestly, I got into mountain biking because my husband wants to do it. And I was like, well, I like to be active, so I can bike. I've been on a spin bike. I used to be a spin instructor. Well, what this video has is just some information about mountain biking in Knoxville in general, but then I'm gonna show you where we actually went a little ways out of town. We went over to Marshall, North Carolina, just outside Hot Springs, North Carolina, which is a super cool place to visit. And really, I just want you to know, like, stuff to do in Knoxville includes tons of cool stuff in East Tennessee that is in super close proximity, less than a 2-hour drive. We had the super cool mountain bike ride through Cherokee National Forest and Pisgah National Forest, or Cherokee National Park and Pisgah. Anyways, and then we also explored Hot Springs a little bit, which we visited before. It's a cool place. Maybe spend a night, chill, and then come back home. So something different than just like your typical like Knoxville activity, but it's centered around mountain biking. So first of all, let's talk about mountain biking in the Knoxville area. The thing I want to direct you to is a resource. It's the MTB project website. And you can see on the screen, this website shows a map of Knoxville and all of the different trails. And you can actually click on the trails and it gives you information about difficulty, how long they are, things about like, basically what percentage is up, what percentage is down, all of that stuff, what the grade is. So that's a super cool website. So if you're just looking to specifically mountain bike within Knoxville, I would head to the MTB project website. And they also talk about, like, overall in Knoxville, there's about 156 miles of trails. 73 of those are easy, 119 of those are intermediate, and 47 are difficult. Now, this is what I found. This idea about intermediate and easy varies because, for example, my husband and I have most often done the trails at Baker Creek Preserve, which is part of the urban wilderness, which is about 50 miles of multi-use trails. So that's like biking, e-biking, trail running, hiking. Those trails for the most part are multi-purpose, but we've just ridden normal mountain bikes. Now, those trails will just be easy. Well, then you go to V Hollow and the trails that they say are easy are not. They're hard. So I just want to point out to you that, obviously, in my personal opinion, I would err on the side of caution, whereas my husband's like, let's just do the hardest one just because we're crazy. And I'm like, you go ahead there, man, you do your thing. Not into it. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna fall off the side of the cliff, whatever. I used to be so much more adventurous and daring, and now I'm adventurous and daring, but not on a mountain bike, okay? Let's be clear. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to point out is, you can stay within Knoxville. You got about 156 trails total. And then there's places like, for example, you can go out into Oak Ridge. You could go to V Hollow and Townsend. And then Townsend actually has like a walkway type thing where you can also ride your bike. Not really mountain biking, but if you want an easy ride, Townsend has that, which is cool. But V Hollow, that is about 16 miles, 16 or 14 miles. 14 miles of trails, super cool. Definitely, they also have a skills park, which also Baker Creek has as well, where you can go like ride around and practice your turns, which I need to be doing that probably every day, okay? Because that's just where I am. So anyways, that's about mountain biking in East Tennessee, or in the Knoxville area. Well, we have kind of gotten into this mountain biking thing, so we're like, well, maybe we're gonna go try some other trails. So my husband had found that there's a company called French Broad Adventures, and they do like rafting, zip lining, hiking, I think. And then this year they've added mountain biking with an e-bike, which e-bikes are super fun. We actually got into this because when we went to New York City, we did a tour with an e-bike around the city, and that was my first time on an e-bike. And I'm kind of not very steady on a bike, but I'm telling you, having that e-bike, because it's like an instant pickup and it's heavier, made me more stable in the midst of all that New York City traffic. And so that's where I kind of got sold on an e-bike, and then we rented them on our own on our last day there, and like rode through Central Park, etc. Super fun. So now we're kind of like into the e-bike situation, although part of me is like, is that as good of a workout? And the answer is no. The answer is flat out no, okay? But it's still somewhat active. So anyways, my husband had sent me this information about French Broad Adventures, that they do e-bike tours through Pisgah National Forest and Cherokee National Park or whatever. So, and they are just outside of Hot Springs, and Hot Springs is just across the Tennessee line in North Carolina. Super cool place to visit. We'd actually been to the Hot Springs before. That's a whole other story and a whole other video. So what we decided to do is travel over to Marshall, North Carolina to do the e-bike tour with French Broad Adventures, and then we went to Hot Springs, hung out at their new brewery there. It was super cool. They had the best pretzel. I'm a sucker for pretzel, like a giant pretzel with cheese, queso, whatever. It's so good. Anyways, so we did that. So this video shows you kind of what we did, what it was like riding through the national park. Now this national park, you can't like e-bike on their trails, but so a lot of it was paved. So this was supposed to be a moderate one, and I would say even for me this was easy. And like our bikes got up to like 25 miles per hour, which was pretty fun. We did go kind of a little steep at the very end, then we turned around. It's like out and back, basically 20 total miles. And it probably took us maybe 2.5 hours. Usually it's 3 to 4 hours depending on the size of the group, but super fun and something that's super cool, super different from what you could do just like in Knoxville. Sometimes I think like one thing that I love about Knoxville is the fact that you can be a tourist in this city, in this area. Like we go down to Pigeon Forge, we go to Sevierville, and even to Hot Springs to hang out. We go to Asheville, we go to Chattanooga. Some super cool places to hang out, things to do, and things to explore. So this video is just a compilation of our adventures with French Broad Adventures and our e-bike rental and all that we did. So I hope you enjoy.
It's about the same height as the same look to it. Done.
Cherokee National Forest. We are in here mountain bike riding. We started in Pisgah and transitioned into Cherokee National Forest. It's beautiful. We're riding along the French Broad River. So, super cool. Definitely something to do. Because it's so close to Knoxville. We drove like an hour and 45 minutes. Now we're exploring.
Here they come. Park and everything. I'm sure that would be my lottery.
So this is like downtown Hot Springs. You've got, this is basically what you see. This is Hot Springs, essentially. And we've actually stayed in the Iron Horse. They have a restaurant too, but it's kind of cute. And then like the hot springs themselves are just back over, right over there. But yeah, Hot Springs, North Carolina. We're gonna try the, oh, also look at this. There is a bait vending machine. It's obviously not working, but I think it's funny. What beer did you get?
It is Los Vecinos.
Maybe we got too much food. This is from Great Eagle. Sorry, I think my hand was just in that. This is Big Pillow Brewery, where they have beer and like canned wine and stuff, but then also a Mexican restaurant. And then there's a restaurant here, Iron Horse, which is pretty good. We've had that before. We actually stayed there before. And then this way is to the hot springs. But then this is like the actual downtown Hot Springs, North Carolina. This is a pizza place here. It's supposed to be really good. And then this place, wine and food. And then Spring Creek Tavern, it's right on the river. Or on the water, I guess. Is that a river? I guess it's a river. See there, right there. So yeah. Pretty cool. Oh, they got a Dollar General here. There's another restaurant called like Dave's 209 or something that's like hamburgers, and that restaurant's not open on Sundays. Smoky Mountain Diner. Oh, this is cool looking up here, this modern looking thing. That's cool. Having. I guess it's, I don't know where it is. What did you think? Is Hot Springs what you imagined? Wasn't it beautiful out in the forest, in the Appalachian Mountains? I mean, I'm just like, it was so gorgeous. It was green, it was beautiful, and you couldn't not just feel like, oh my gosh, this is, you just can't like not love the mountains. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you have been on an e-bike. What do you think of them? And then have you been to Hot Springs? What are your thoughts? And or do you mountain bike in the Knoxville area? That being said, I would love to know what you think, and I will see you on the next video.